Who hosts this show? I don't even remember.
This is
Is it me?
your show.
Yeah.
My show, he says. Okay.
Yeah, literally, this is your show.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Full Moon Fridays here on the Outpost Unknown YouTube channel. My name is Matthew, joined once again by our Swedish correspondent, Borp,
Hello.
the man who put us into the horrible situation that we will soon find ourselves in. But the individual who has to go through and plodicus this entire thing is Steve.
I'm gonna have an easy time. There is not shit to talk about this movie.
I just want to point out, Steve, I hope everything's recording well on your end, because on my end, I see no wavelengths corresponding to anyone. So hopefully everything's recording.
I can see wavelengths.
I can see wavelengths as well, which sounds like this is a Matt problem.
Okay, well, tonight, we've been going through the Evil Bong franchise. How many did we get through before we made the 3? Okay.
Yep.
So we did 3 Evil Bong movies, and we realized, well, Evil Bong versus Gingerdead Man's coming up, and somebody had the great idea. Hey, why don't we watch all the Gingerdead Man movies to ensure that we have the proper backstory and lore for when the Gingerdead Man pops up in Evil Bong? We know exactly like his motivations, where he came from, why he might be, antagonistic towards the Evil Bong. So that's what we're doing over the next few weeks. I think there's 3 Gingerdead Man movies. And this episode, we're going to start with the first Gingerdead Man. I imagine the episode's going to be about 10 minutes long total. So hit that like and subscribe if you like short episodes of Full Moon Fridays. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to throw it to Borp first. Borp, I blame you for this.
What? I had nothing to do with this.
I'm pretty sure you did.
No, I did not. No,
Explain.
No. The only thing I said is we should watch Evil Bong.
Extended universe.
Then you guys were like, oh, Borp wants to watch the whole franchise. Then we got to Evil Bong 3, and you're like, oh, the next one is Evil Bong versus the Gingerdead Man. So then I think it was Steve who said we should go back and watch the Gingerdead Man. He was very excited about the Gingerdead Man last time we spoke.
But this all stems from you telling us we have to watch anything related to Evil Bong.
Fuck you guys.
What I am hearing, dear listener, is neither Borp nor Steve are actually blaming me for putting us into this horrible franchise. So I'm in the clear on this one, Borp. Or can you agree with that? I'm in the clear on the Gingerdead Man stuff.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So I'll blame both.
That was ultimately the person that said we have to watch anything that Charles Band has ever breathed on.
Nah, I never said that. I never said that. But yeah, so we are talking the Gingerdead Man. Borp, what were your thoughts going into Gingerdead Man? Had you heard of this one before? Were you excited to watch it? Like,
okay,
give me where your head was at.
I don't think excited is the right word, but I have been curious about this movie for a long time.
Okay.
Mostly because it stars Gary Busey, and I have like a Gary Busey fun fact that I don't think you guys know. He's like one of the first like Hollywood celebrity people that I ever like kind of I don't know, noticed that there was like a mythos around, if that makes sense. Because there's like Gary Busey's crazy, right? And
he has literal brain damage.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay, he was on this Swedish television show in 2004 called High Chaparral. We're going deep now.
Sorry,
okay?
What is the name again?
High Chaparral, spelled with 2 L's for some reason. And it was, the presenters of that show were like kind of young and up and coming at the time. They're called Philip and Fredrik. They're very famous now here in Sweden. And like part of their fame comes from this fucking interview they did with Gary Busey, where he's just insane. Their interview style is basically just show up at someone's house and then was like, all right, you take us and like just do whatever you would do like on a normal day. They're very good at like just showing up to a place with an interesting person and then saying like, all right, now you do what you want to do and we'll be here along the way. They're like very like Louis Theroux type in that way. Like they're very like personable and very non-threatening and like they're just good interviewers. So they show up to Gary Busey's house and he starts chasing them with a machete. That's like the first thing that happens.
Oh my god.
And this was like I don't know, like this like went, I guess now you would say that it like went viral in Sweden. This was like 2004. So like people in Sweden are very aware of how insane Gary Busey is thanks to this television show. And that was like
Wow.
one of the first I mean it was definitely the first thing I ever saw Gary Busey in. So that's my Gary Busey story.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to like okay. I'm just googling this right now.
Yeah.
April 7th, 2004. Gary Busey terrorizes Swedish TV crew. It's the headline of
Yes.
this article.
He like
Oh wow.
he takes them to a restaurant and it starts a food fight in there. They're like, "What's going on?" Like it's so crazy. He's always like yelling at them. It is truly like a bizarre 45 minutes of television.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we're gonna have to find that because that will be infinitely more entertaining than one we're
Yes.
gonna talk about tonight. And I like how you say stars Gary Busey. He's in this for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I
It
know.
feels like
Does he
Yeah.
even voice the Ginger Dead Man for the remainder
yes.
of the movie though? Okay.
Yes, he does. I think this is the only movie that he actually voices it. And when I was looking up, I think it's on IMDb, it said that Gary Busey, Charles Band, who knows if IMDb is accurate or whatnot. We also have a Gary Busey story that we could tell, Steve.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so Charles Band apparently offered him $25,000 as a joke to be in the movie, thinking he would say no, but crazy Gary Busey said yes. And when he got on set, he shot for 2 days, but apparently he got super freaked out because he thought he was going to be in the entire movie, like shooting the entire time. And apparently he got pissed off and stuff that he was only there for like 2 days of actual shooting. And then they made him come in and do the ADR for the Gingerbread Man voice. So Steve, do you want to tell Borp our Gary Busey story?
I don't remember all the details. So
It's
you will.
from this movie, right?
Yeah. And I think this comes from like one of Charles Band's like road shows or something. Where like you'll have to fill in the blanks, Matt. But it's something like Gary Busey showed up and like he did not want to be directed. Like he showed up and he's like, all right, let me do whatever I want to do. You just roll the cameras. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. And so in this diner scene, he shows up and just like for an extended period of time, just does like random crazy shit. Looks like he's coked out of his mind. That like that's the crux of the story that I remember. Like, what else did Charles Band say about this?
Well, the famous "Where's the Bush?"
Is that part of this story as well?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
re- I remember the soundbite. I don't remember the origin of that story. Tell us about the bush, Matt.
Okay, so this is coming from the mouth of Charles Band, folks. So at
Noted
this,
truth teller, Charles
yes,
Band.
yes.
okay.
So we're at one of the road shows that Charles Band. I mean, we saw multiple quote unquote road shows, and the thing about Charles Band's road show is it's not really a road show. It's just him standing on stage convincing girls to get topless.
Scamming women into showing their tits to an
Yeah.
audience.
But anyway, he's telling a story about Gary Busey on the set of the Gingerdead Man, and apparently, like at some point, they were ready to start filming, and Mr. Busey had a trailer and whatnot. Went to the trailer. He's not there. Gary Busey's nowhere to be found. And people are like, well, where we got to film? We got to film. Where is he? So Charles Band starts to wander around looking for Gary Busey. And he's wandering around, can't find him, like turns a corner or something, and he hears Gary Busey like laughing and these two girls like giggling. Okay. Again, this is coming from Charles Band, not me.
Okay.
So take it,
Okay.
take this story with a grain of salt. Charles Band claims that he like turned this corner and was like behind this kind of like bush tree sort of area. Gary Busey is there with two of the girls who are working on the movie. I don't know if they were like just kind of interns or what, But Charles Band proceeds to explain what he saw. Now, Borp, imagine these two girls, and their backs are kind of like up against a wall. They're side by side. Gary Busey's kind of in front of them, and Gary Busey's got his hands down the front of their pants,
Oh,
left one down,
Jesus.
and he's sitting there, and the girls are giggling. He's fondling around, and he goes, "Where's the bush? In my day, women had bush." And that's where the famous "Where's the bush?" Phrase comes from, that we say every once in a while. So that was Charles Band's story as relayed to us regarding his experience with Gary
Yes.
Busey.
And completely unrelated to that story, as far as I can tell, on July 31st, 2025, Gary Busey pled guilty to one count of criminal sexual contact.
So what we're saying is it's probably more likely than not that Charles Band's story had at least a kernel of truth. Is that
Yes.
what
Oh
you're
wow,
saying?
he's on probation. He's on probation right now.
Oh man.
Well, this got dark.
Is he does he have a warrant in Sweden? Like, is he on like Interpol or something? Like arrest
I'm just
Gary
going to
Busey on
Google
site?
Gary Busey arrest record and see if anything shows up.
Oh, this got dark. Oh wow. Okay.
So that's where we're at, folks. The
Yeah.
Ginger Dead Man. When did this come out? Like
2005.
2005.
Okay, hang on. I googled Gary Busey arrest record.
Okay.
Now this is Google's AI overview, so I am not endorsing this as fact, but this is what Google says has happened. In 2022/2025, the incident was in 2022. The conviction was in 2025. This is just what I just read. He pled guilty to a single count of criminal sexual contact. He has drug charges from 1995 after a near fatal cocaine overdose.
No way.
Ooh.
Cocaine? No.
Yeah, right. Like, no one would expect such behavior from Mr. Busey. Spousal abuse allegations from 2001. So fuck
Oh my,
Gary Busey.
oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
Trespassing and disorderly conduct from 2007, but it says a judge noted Busey's prior criminal record during his 2025 sentencing, mentioning he served probationary terms in 2007 for trespass and disorderly conduct. He has a hit and run from 2021, and finally, workplace sexual assault accusation from his time on Celebrity Apprentice.
Oh my
Jeez.
God.
So this guy, well, I mean, just to qualify this, he does have literal brain damage. He was on like
Yeah.
some motorcycle accident or something in the late
Yeah.
80s. But he was amazing in Predator too, by the way. So
So Matt is willing to overlook everything else that he's done.
I'm not willing to overlook. I'm just saying he was awesome in Predator too. Now, we don't have a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the production notes from the Wikipedia of the Ginger Dead Man so that you guys have some additional background on how this all came about. The Ginger Dead Man originated from a rejected pitch for a Mad TV sketch. Borp, are you aware of Mad TV?
I know of it, but I've never seen a second of it.
Okay. Writer William Butler had proposed an idea involving a gingerbread cookie coming to life and killing a family during Christmas time. However, a sketch involving a woman fighting the Snuggle Bear mascot had aired around the time, and the idea was considered too similar. The idea was revived when Full Moon features during a meeting with Charles Band, where Butler was asked what is the goofiest idea he had ever thought of. After hearing the concept, Band greenlit the film on the spot and said, quote, "Good, you're filming it in a month. Go write a script," unquote. Around this time, a teaser trailer was released, revealing an estimated release window of summer 2001. The film did not make this release window. Ultimately, Full Moon was unable to use Butler's script as the estimated production cost was around $3 million. And we all know Charles Band only has $20 in his bank account at any one time.
That's too much money.
How could that have been spent on this concept?
Band and Butler later reached a deal where Full Moon bought the script and rewrote it in order to lower the budget. The script was rewritten by Dominic Muir under the pseudonym August White. According to Butler, almost nothing from his original script was kept except for a few minor gags, such as the idea of the Ginger Dead Man driving a car. In Butler's original version, the Ginger Dead Man was intended to be a fully CGI character resembling the Pillsbury Doughboy. However, with the rewrite, the design was changed to more closely resemble an actual gingerbread man cookie. The character was achieved with practical hand and rod puppets, as well as a full body suit created by John Carl Buechler. In an interview with PopHorror.com, Band reportedly offered Gary Busey $25,000 to star in the film, expecting him to turn it down, but he accepted. Busey filmed his scenes as Millard Findelmeyer in 2 days. This reportedly upset him when he learned he was only booked for such a small amount of time, as he misunderstood and assumed he was supposed to appear in person throughout the entire film, and the 2 days was the entire filming schedule. His agent was later informed that this was not the case and that most of his lines would be dubbed with ADR. So there you go. There's the production notes from Wikipedia, bastion of all human knowledge. Do we have anything else we want to say before we force Steve to start, his 2-minute description of what this movie is?
That
Nope.
reminds me of. I mean, this movie is kind of reminiscent of Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman movie, in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
But there's like a behind the scenes story of that one where the writer of that movie was like shopping around the script for a really long time, and one of the studios who was interested in making it were like, all right, okay, we want to make this. What do you think the budget should be? And he's like, $25 million.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, we'll
Sweet.
give you 500,000. And so yeah, that's just fun.
So before we get into this, I just Googled the most insane things Gary Busey has ever done. There's an actual article about this.
Right.
I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm just going to read some of the headlines here. Gary Busey yells at an 11-year-old, and there's an actual video accompanying that, apparently. Gary Busey gets in a fist fight over the design of heaven, whatever that's about. Gary Busey kicks lead actor of Piranha 3D in the stomach. Gary Busey sprays interviewers with a hose.
Oh, I think that might be the Swedish show I was talking about.
Okay. Gary Busey on Prayer Hour, whatever that is, something about the Bible. Gary Busey scratches himself, takes over red carpet interview. Gary Busey goes nuts on fan at an autograph signing. Gary Busey takes on The Apprentice. Gary Busey's motivational speeches. Oh man, there's video of this stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read a quote here. I don't have a good Gary Busey voice, but like pretend I'm in Gary Busey's voice here. This is the sail on your boat of life. The ocean is a spirit. The ocean is your imagination. The ocean is your power. The ocean is your emotion. The sail on the boat is the golden rule. The wind that catches the sail and pushes the boat into a lovely sunset of tropical design with a double rainbow. That wind is your spirit. And that's
Cool.
all I'm gonna get. So there we go. Steve, walk us through the incredibly dense plot of the Gingerdead Man.
Anyway, so Gary Busey plays Millard something or other. He is a serial killer, and he shows up to a diner and just starts killing people. He shoots a woman in the head. An old man shows up to like there's a family having dinner or something. An old man confronts him. Gary Busey shoots the old man, and then the old man's son decides, it works so well for my dad. I should get up and also confront Gary Busey. And Gary Busey kills him as well. So all that's left is a character that we will come to know whose name is Sarah Lee. Haha, Waka Waka. She is. I honestly have no fucking idea what this interaction is between her and Gary Busey, because Gary Busey just killed everyone else, and then she is just like cowering in the corner. And Gary Busey like doesn't want to kill her, but then he says, "Well, Mama told me to finish what I started." But he doesn't want to kill her. It's like he's wrestling with the decision to kill her for reasons that I don't think are explained. But then he just fires a shot at her, and so it's like, did he miss? Did he hit her and she survived? Does anyone have any idea of what happened in this scene?
It
No.
feels like they forgot to film a lot between the end of this, which makes no sense, to the next scene when suddenly he's been caught, right?
Yeah, it's just like why was he torn about shooting her? Did she actually get shot? Did he miss? Did she get hit but recover? Like, it's just I don't know. He fires a shot at her, and then it cuts to like 2 years later, and now there's There's news articles on the wall of this bakery that this girl works at talking about serial killer Millard Gary. We're just gonna call him Gary Busey. Gary Busey, serial killer, has been caught and he's going to be executed based on there's a lot of plot dump. It's like he was caught, he was put on trial, he was convicted in large part due to testimony from Sarah, and then he was executed, and then he was cremated, and then his mom collected the ashes. It's like they had to get that in there, and they weren't gonna fucking film it, so they just had to they had to just tell us this from the beginning. So the backstory is Sarah's family, including her dad and brother who are now dead, as well as her mother who is still alive. They all own a bakery, but it's getting run down. There's a competing bakery that's going to open up across the street in a year, and it's like a big chain bakery owned by this annoying rich dude. And things are not going well for the Lee family. So Mama Lee is just super drunk, and basically is completely useless towards running the bakery now. So Sarah's in charge of everything, along with her group of rando employees, one of whom really wants to be a wrestler. He wants to be the butcher baker, and he starts cutting promos in front of the mirror inside the bakery, and then he just leaves. He's like, hey Sarah, do you want to go to the to WrestlePalooza with me? And she's like, no, I don't. And he's like, and then he just leaves and go to WrestlePalooza.
Yeah.
So he's gone for the majority of the show. And then at some point, Darth Sidious delivers a delivers a jug of gingerbread spice to the bakery, and then flees. But before wrestling dude leaves, he is working with Sarah to make cookies, but he cuts himself and he bleeds into the ginger spices, and no one thinks, yeah, this is a health code violation. We have to throw all of this out now. Instead, they just make a fucking batch of blood cookies, I guess. So they make cookies with this bloody spice. Um, Time passes. Mom is drunk. Sarah gets pestered by Jimmy Dean, Waka Waka, who runs the competing bakery. He is trying to get Sarah and Sarah's family to sell the bakery, which they don't want to do. At one point, Mama goes outside and starts firing off shotgun blast at the building next door, which I actually laughed at. I think it's the only part I laughed at. But now everyone is back inside the bakery.
Exciting.
Sorry, yeah, I'm muting to like cough because I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I will point out here, just to give you a quick break from this incredible plot you're doing. This was the film that Charles Band met Robin Sidney on. Robin Sidney, of course, they're now married. She was 21, he was 54. She is going to take over the Full Moon Empire when Charles Band dies. Charles Band's got to be in his 70s now. So this is where it all began for Robin Sidney, how she got into the Full Moon Empire. GingerDead Man.
The pennies that will be left to her as part of Charles Band's estate. Anyways, so that's the setup. That's all the backstory. None of this matters in any way, shape, or form. But at one point, like 30, this movie, I think Borp said in our chat, if you cut out all the credits, this movie's only 55 minutes. And it like finally like the 30-minute point, like the GingerDead Man shows up. So how does he show up? The evil bakery owner's daughter, who is like the town pretty girl. Like her only attribute that anyone cares about is her appearance, and she breaks in to the factory, to the bakery, and releases a rat to get this bakery shut down by the health department. They end up fighting. At one point, they like bump into like an electrical box of some sort, and that causes like electricity to spark in the oven, which the raw gingerbread cookie dough is in there, and that brings the gingerbread man to life. And then he just kind of shows up occasionally to make a one liner and stab people.
Like the incredulous tone of your voice, like it just brings him to life.
Yeah, like at first, like this tub of gingerbread spice gets delivered outside, and then Wrestle Dude bleeds in it, and then this is turned into a cookie, and then this cookie is put in an oven to bake. But then the ladies hit the electrical box, which causes, I don't know, lightning. Are they trying to invoke Frankenstein
I
here?
think so.
Probably,
I think so.
yeah. That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
They think that these are on the same level, but like this weird sequence of events causes, I don't know, electricity to happen within the oven, and that finally brings the cookie to life. And so I'm watching it, and like I'm putting way more thought into this than anyone else has. But I'm like, what if WrestleBro hadn't bled into the cookie, like the cookie dough? Like, what if like annoying like pretty girl hadn't started a fight, which caused them to smash this electrical box? Like, what exactly was Mama Busey's plan to get the gingerbread man created? Was it just she wanted? Because I don't even know if it's in this movie. It might be in a sequel where we find this out. But I guess like his cremated ashes were mixed into the gingerbread spice, and the Darth Sidious is actually Gary Busey's mom. But like, was the original plan to just get to be able to go, ha ha ha, you ate a cookie made with my dead son's ashes, waka waka, or did she know all this was going to happen? Again, I'm putting way more thought in this than anyone ever has or ever should, but it's another movie where shit just happens because the script says that it happens. So, anyways, now the fucking.
Hey, can I ask a question? This is like such a nitpick for a movie that's very bad, but did it annoy you guys that the gingerbread dough doesn't look like gingerbread dough?
I don't know what gingerbread dough looks like. I've never
Oh my
made
God.
gingerbread cookies.
I've never made it either.
Have you never made gingerbread cookies?
Like, I don't know what kind of family life you thought I had growing up, but it wasn't a happy one.
Wow, it got real dark.
Fucking Kid Steve was not in Happy Kid Steve household making gingerbread cookies with Steve's definitely not mentally ill family.
Look, fair enough, but like, I mean,
Fair enough, Steve, but
you could have made gingerbread cookies as an adult at some point.
Yeah, Steve. How come you haven't done it as an adult? You dick.
Because as an adult, I have a job and money where I can just go buy gingerbread cookies that other people have made.
All right. Fuck me, I guess.
Fair enough, but I love that. Steve just goes on like, my childhood sucked, Borb. Fair enough, but.
Steve, I'm going to ignore your trauma and I'm going to make my point anyway.
I wasn't like, oh.
It's okay. I mean, we blame you for all this anyway. This is just another layer to the gingerbread cookie that we're putting on.
All right. I just feel like.
Well, so wait, describe what gingerbread dough is supposed to look like compared to what was in this
like,
movie.
It's brown. It's brown, and this looks like more like a sourdough thing. Obviously, like, fuck me, I guess, for bringing this up.
Master Borp. Master Borp.
I'm not the weird one here. I'm not being weird. You guys are being weird.
You know what's weird, Borp? I don't even think I've ever eaten gingerbread. Like, what? I don't have any recollection of ever eating gingerbread as a kid or as an adult.
It's too spicy for you, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I mean,
fair enough.
It's got like sugar, some spices in it. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of chocolate chips like put on this cookie. Like, you couldn't handle it, Matt.
I like chocolate chips, dude. Don't go too far.
Are you gonna need to have a glass of water to like stop the burning after you eat a gingerbread cookie for the first time?
Possibly. I gotta see what it tastes like. I'll have one on standby.
Let's talk about this fucking movie.
Of gingerbread though in our shop. There you go. That's what it looks like.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna go. Oh, yep. Yep. That's
Is it just made with brown sugar?
I assume it's made with ginger.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, but there's going to be sugar in the gingerbread cookie, correct? I'm Googling it right now.
It
How
is
do you
brown
make...
sugar. You're correct.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Fuck you,
correct.
Steve.
Listen, I had a traumatic childhood. I don't know how gingerbread is made.
Yeah,
Listen,
but...
I was gonna say I don't know the recipe. My mom makes them every year, and then I figured I might be like pushing it with the whole family stuff.
Oh, look who has loving parents that actually care about him.
All right.
Make cookies with him.
and listen to him laugh at your pain, Steve.
Oh.
Listen to him laugh at your pain.
That was better than any part of this movie, so let's go ahead and talk about the rest of it.
Yeah.
So the gingerbread man is alive now, and so in this building are Sarah, Pretty Girl, Sarah's mom, and just like a random employee. Like, what is this other girl's name that also works at this bakery? Does anyone know? I'm just gonna call her other employee because it doesn't matter. And eventually, Pretty Girl's like, I don't know, punk boyfriend shows up. And so these 5 people are in this building, and very quickly, like, drunk mom like gets her finger chopped off and like put in the oven. But apparently the ginger dead man put the oven on super low because she was in there for a long fucking time, and like she has like a couple of burn marks on her head, and that's all she gets. So this group, like these 4 people, are in the bakery, and there's an evil gingerbread man trying to kill them, and they can leave at any time. Like, the door's not locked. They can just walk out. But they're like, but every time someone brings it up, like, why don't we just leave? Sarah goes, no, he can get us out there too. Like, what? Your situation is not improved by staying in this like enclosed place. It was just like they didn't have an explanation for why they couldn't leave. No one during the writing of this script, no one ever came up with a reason why they couldn't leave. So they just have to keep pointing out, oh no, it's not safe out there either because the gingerbread man is capable of motion and therefore he can follow us outside. And that's all you ever get. They just fucking they never leave. It's so. God, I hate this fucking movie so fucking much.
At one point, the guy goes out to the car, gets something, and then goes back
and
in.
then comes back in.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just go through the kills because I mean, there's no plot to this movie. Like, we've told you all of the plot that there is, and it's minuscule and it's fucking stupid. But yeah, at one point, punk boyfriend goes outside, gets a gun, brings it back in, and I'm pretty sure once again they go, why don't we just leave? He has a fucking car. They can get in the car and drive. Oh, I'm gonna stop talking about this because I gotta move on. So anyways, they're in the building. I'll just go through the kills. Mom gets put in the oven but doesn't actually die. The other employee gets hit on the head with a frying pan and like covered in like icing that you would use to decorate a cake or a cookie, but otherwise is just left alone. Like they're like, oh no, she's having hypothermia or something, so they put her in a blanket. So she doesn't actually die. So she doesn't die. Mom actually die, or mom does not die either. The evil bakery overlord from across the street shows up because Pretty Girl calls him and is like, Daddy, there's an evil gingerbread man, come get me. And he's like, okay. So he shows up, and then the gingerbread man steals his car and runs him over. Pretty Girl gets killed by a booby trap. Now, these booby traps were not in place from the beginning. So I guess at one point they do like close that loop, and they're like, well, now we can't go outside because all of the entrances might be booby trapped. So what happens to Pretty Girl? Pretty Girl's like, fine, fuck this. Like, I'm over it. I'm actually going to leave now. So she walks off. Her foot hits a cord, and then a knife just appears in her head, and they go, oh no, he's booby trapped the exits. So I'm like, that was a weird scene. So I'm watching this on YouTube. So okay, maybe YouTube edited this, and so this movie is also on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to Tubi and I went to that scene, and nope, there's no change. This knife just appears in her head. And so then I looked up like Ginger Dead Man all kills, and so there's various YouTube channels that just show you like the kill scenes from horror movies. And nope, sure enough, she trips over this cord and a knife just appears in her head. I am left to assume that they never actually filmed her death scene, but only filmed like the aftermath with the knife prosthetic in her head.
Yeah. Did you also notice, 'cause I watched it on Tubi, that the quality of the video on Tubi was
Yes.
super bad?
Okay, I was gonna ask you that because I watched it on YouTube and from Full Moon Features official YouTube channel, and it looks like a bad DVD rip.
Yeah, same on Tubi. What the hell? I expect better from
It,
Charles Band.
I
Here,
watched it on YouTube so that I could watch it at 1.5 speed.
Fair, but you missed a lot
It
of important details,
No,
Steve.
I didn't. But no, it looks like this was filmed on a potato. Like it's
It's real
ridiculously
bad.
low quality.
yeah.
All right, so at this point, I think the only two people that are dead, aside from like the opening diner scene, are like the two evil bakers, the evil baker overlord and the pretty girl daughter. So now like Sarah and delinquent boyfriend, they bond. They're gonna apparently gonna be in a relationship now. Uh, Dude, bro has a 6 shooter. And I bring that up because at some point the ginger dead man gets it and he fires off 27 shots. Uh, it's oh my god, this movie just made me angry when I was watching it. So what do I even say? Like it's just random nonsense happening all throughout this fucking thing. The ginger dead man, like the two humans, Sarah and boyfriend,
The two humans.
like they have rescued their mom from the oven. They have rescued other employee from being covered in cake icing, which I assumed was a fetish of one of the people that made this movie. Ginger Dead Man has the gun that only holds 6 bullets, but he fires off 300 of them anyway. And then out of nowhere, WrestleBro shows up and he cuts a promo on the Ginger Dead Man, and then he knocks him down, and then he eats the Ginger Dead Man. And so everyone's like, haha, we happily ever after, the people that wanted to steal our bakery from us are dead. Gary Busey, the ginger dead man, is dead for a second time. It's going to be smooth sailing from here. Everything's going to be great. Uh, but then the ginger dead man possesses WrestleBro, who is painted up like a deadite. All I could think of was Evil Ash from Evil Dead. Like he's got like the big forehead and like the area around his eyes are black and dead, and then his eyes are solid white. He's a fucking deadite. Like they had no they couldn't make WrestlePro look like a big gingerbread dead man. So someone had watched like the Evil Dead like the day before, and so someone just went, "Fuck it, paint him like that." Uh, and then they push WrestleBro, like the hero so far, like the one guy who has done anything against the Ginger Dead Man. Um, they push him into an oven, and this time they actually like remember to turn it on. I guess unlike what happened to Sarah's mom. So the ginger dead man has been cooked and is finally dead. Cut to the X amount of days or months or years later, there's a bake sale, and someone brings gingerbread cookies because the Sarah didn't want to bake gingerbread cookies. She was not into it. She's like, "Oh no, no, no! Someone asked for them." He's like, "No, fuck you. This bakery is a respectable establishment. We don't have any fucking gingerbread here." But then someone shows up and is like, "Oh, uh, random Darth Sidious Gary Busey's mom gave me these to bring," and she opens a box and it's gingerbread cookies, and they all get horrible CGI eyeballs like placed over top of them, and that's the end of this goddamn movie.
And there's 10 minutes of credits.
Yep,
Cool. Cool.
I I don't even know what to say. One of the worst fucking things I've ever watched.
Fair, but I think that I mean I agree. It's awful. It's just so bad. I was struck by how poorly filmed it was. This is directed by Charles Band, of course. And I don't know why I should be shocked at this point in time, but we saw Charles Band direct decent stuff in the 80s, like actual have a camera that moves, actually do coverage, actually, have actors that put in decent performances. But every time we watch stuff from Charles Band in the 21st century, it's like he just puts the camera on the tripod, hits record, and goes.
I'm
And
going
we're
to
gonna,
stop you right there because I need to talk about it now. In the next episode, we're going to talk about Ginger Dead Man 2, where
yeah,
all of that is built into the plot. It takes place on a movie set,
yep,
and there are long-winded speeches about just how the current fans aren't real fans because we used to hold filmmakers accountable to making
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
More on that on the next episode for sure. But yeah, this is so bad. They don't lean into the Ginger Dead Man at all till like half the movie's halfway over. You don't get They should have let Gary Busey like run wild. For if Gary Busey was like, I'm going to be on set the entire time for $25,000. If Gary Busey said that to me, I'd be like, fuck it. I'm not just shooting for 2 days. We're going to shoot as much Gary Busey as we possibly. I will rewrite the script on the fly
Yeah,
to incorporate Gary
you
Busey.
have the Ginger Dead Man have an internal dialogue throughout the entire movie, and just in his head, it's just actual Gary Busey running a fucking muck.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. See how easy that is, Charlie? Right now, we just came up with a better idea than what was in this movie. Um, but yeah, it's so bad. I think the Ginger Dead Man itself, like it was funny because Alyssa walked down and she was like, "What are you watching?" And she actually said, "Oh, the actual Ginger Dead Man puppet looked kind of cool. Like she actually liked the design of it and what it looked like, the puppet, but everything around it, she's like, this is awful. So like, why do you watch this?" I said, "It's Borp's fault. Borp forces me to do this. He's got a gun to my head from Sweden. He's like, if you don't watch this, bad things are going to happen."
This is one of those things where if like you're watching it and your significant other walks in on you, you switch to porn because that's
Yeah.
easier to explain.
Right, right. It's easier I've had that. I've had similar thoughts in
Oh, I thought
regards
you,
to.
or you say you've done that before.
No. I've had
Okay.
similar thoughts in regards to some of these movies, but where like porn would be a lot easier to explain
Yeah.
than whatever the fuck happens
Yeah.
in some of these.
I hate it. I don't like this at all. Poorly shot, poorly thought out, poorly made, poor everything. Borp, tell us why you liked
I
it.
No, I didn't like this at all. I think considering like Evil Bong was the next movie from Charles Band, like it makes a lot of sense why he would maybe transition into a stoner comedy in one location where he has to do even less, right? Because it's so obvious that like this very very lazy approach doesn't work in this movie where like um Steve said it. There's a point at this in this where you're like, all right, so just leave. Like just open the front door and get out of there. And no one ever does. And nothing makes sense. I don't know if I have anything more to say.
It's just, what do
Yeah,
we think of Gary Busey as the voice of the Ginger Dead Man? Was
he,
there
he's
anything?
no, he's in it so little that they could have gotten a sound alike, and it would not have changed the movie in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, do you feel like the Ginger Dead Man has any sort of, how do I, not like, I don't know, is after watching this, just take out the plot that's around this or whatever would be considered the plot, just the Ginger Dead Man as a character. If you just take the 5 minutes that you actually see the Ginger Dead Man in this, is this a character that you have been like, you know what, if they could actually do something decent, I'd be interested to follow this character in another adventure with this character? Or was this something like, this is just stupid and I don't want to see this character again?
Stupid, and I didn't want to see this character again. But I will say, like when I went into this, something in the back of my head was like, give it a chance. It's like the Ginger. I mean, this movie came out 20 years ago. The Ginger Dead Man is. I mean, there are people that really, really like this character, and so I had this tiny, tiny
Who?
amount of hope.
Who are
It,
these people, Steve?
the people
Name
that
one.
still, Jackie, the people that still think that Charles Band, they like the whales that buy everything Charles Band
Yeah.
makes. But I had this tiny, 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 tiny little bit of hope in the back of my head that maybe this would be okay. Maybe this was made at a moment where Charles Band was still putting effort into things. I went into this thinking that maybe this would be good. And you know what? It wasn't.
Charles Band just
All, all it
snuffed out
did,
all
Oh,
hope.
oh
all
my
it
god! I
did was
love that this.
remind me of my traumatic childhood that Borp keeps bringing up.
I love that this movie is in Charles Band's filmography. It's sandwiched between the Puppet Master clip show and Evil Bong, and Steve's like, maybe this one will be good.
A tiny amount of hope. Listen, I grew up in a bad household, Borp. Sometimes I get it wrong.
All right, it's okay.
But
No, it's not your fault. It's not your
This
fault.
is awful. This is god
Yeah.
awful terrible. There was nothing at all redeeming about this.
It makes me kind of curious what that original script was that they
yeah.
wanted $3 million to make, because like, to answer your question, Matt, like I think there's so many like ridiculous Christmas slashers out there that like you could probably make this concept work. Like it could probably be like a fun horror comedy
Yeah.
if you do it correctly. And if you, I mean, you know, Jack Frost isn't a very good movie, but that has some fun parts to it. You can make it something like that. But like it's always with these movies, comedy is just so like benign and stupid, and it's like it's not, there's not even like setups and jokes and punchlines. It's like they're just trying to like have these characters have like catchphrases, and it's just not funny at all. Like, why is this guy cutting a wrestling promo? I don't get it. Okay.
I'm looking at Jack Frost to see if there's any crossover whatsoever with Charles Band, so that we can
I don't think so.
so that we can claim that Borp made us watch that film series too.
No. I don't think so.
And please don't dig anymore, is what Borp is saying.
Borp's like, absolutely not. I am not recommending us watch
No.
Jack Frost.
Don't
I
do-
could have swore, Steve, I heard him say we should watch Jack Frost.
Yeah, me too.
I could have sworn.
We got to be able to play like
It's not a full
6
moon
Degrees
movie.
of Kevin
It's not a full
Bacon.
moon movie.
It's not a full moon movie?
There's
No.
got to be a way to argue it's a full moon movie.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be some sort of connection there. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the connection, and then we will watch it with Borp.
And Borp is thrilled.
Well, my point was that Jack Frost is like, you know, that's like it's not good. It's not good at all. But that's like, it's like a mildly successful horror comedy. You kind of get some chuckles out of that movie. It's like Shocker with a snowman. You're like, huh, that's kind of funny. And I feel like you could have done that here too, but they didn't.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, there's definitely some sort of reality in which this is a good movie, or at least an entertaining movie that you can have fun with. I think if they would have set this like at Christmas time, like, and really done up the whole Christmas angle, like, are there any Christmas lights in this?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
guess,
think
is
so.
this even set at Christmas? I can't even, off the top of my head, I can't even
I
think.
don't.
I mean, they're just making cookies, right? It's like just a bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no Christmas trees. There's no anything. And that's the thing about horror films. A lot of times, like, if you can just set it during a holiday and do a little bit of set dressing to put me
Yeah,
in
you
the
could be
spirit of it.
stabbing people with, candy canes, strangling
Yeah.
people with Christmas lights.
Yes.
Actually, like,
Yes.
use like
In a
the
theater.
actually use the bakery in any sort of like meaningful way.
Yeah. I mean, they could have, but Charles Band spent all of his money on Gary Busey.
On hookers and blow.
Yeah, on 2 days of Gary Busey.
He shared with Gary Busey.
And he was probably honestly not really directing this because he was trying to hook up with his future wife. So,
Right.
there you go.
Oh, that was a better use of his time.
For sure. Bad movie. And now next episode we're rolling into part 2, which is what? On Tubi it said Bakery of Blood, but I could
Passion
have
of the Crust.
Yeah, but I thought it was Passion of the Crust, but on Tubi it says like Bakery of Blood or something like that.
The film was originally titled Ginger Man 2: Bakery of Blood, according to
Okay.
Wikipedia. So Tubi's got outdated information.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, this movie isn't actually set in a bakery, so that doesn't make sense.
Okay. So, yeah. Hit that like and subscribe. And sorry, this wasn't a 10-minute episode. It turned out to be 50. So, this episode is almost as long as the actual running time sans credits of this film. What the hell?
I wish my family loved me.
Bye, everybody.